Sutherland?
Mrs. Carr, come on in.
Thank you. I wasn't sure if you would remember because we met so briefly that one time.
Yes, at the Endicott party.
That's right. That's right. Oh, my. That's lovely.
Thank you.
I'm really very grateful that you're giving me this interview because I know that you haven't wanted to talk to the press at all about this.
Well, I didn't see any point in making a big fuss about it. You know, that guy who came in here waving a gun was just delirious. I'm sure he was just out of his head and didn't know what he was doing.
Well, I don't know if that's going to answer all my questions. You know I am going to ask you a lot of questions.
Well, of course. I mean, that's what reporters do.
Mr. Sutherland.
Chad, please.
Chad, why did you agree to see me and no one else?
Well, for two reasons. Mainly Jody.
Uh-huh. I thought she had something to do with it.
Well, she told me that you could be trusted to report anything I said fairly. And since I trust Jody.
And the other reason?
Well, I've been reading the Monticello News for a couple of years now, and I've always felt that your stories were honest and straightforward.
And you approve of those qualities?
I know. You don't think I've been either of those with the people that I know about hiding my identity. I just felt that if people knew that my father was the president of Eden, that they'd either treat me with deference or hostility, the way Pietro did.
All right, now that's a story I want to write. You know, it's very interesting. I guess people can't really separate the people from the politics.
No, they can't.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's get to the heart of this interview. Can you tell me what it was that made this man, L.S. Campbell, Pietro, feel so strongly about that he tried to kill you?
Hey, what is this? Since when do you challenge doctor's orders, huh?
It's early, Miles. It's too early to go to bed.
Yeah, what's wrong with sleeping when you're sleepy, huh?
Because I want to be awake when Nicole comes home.
Well, I'll be in a few minutes. We'll see if you last till then, all
Think
right?
she'll remember the documentary?
Yes, she'll remember it. You're planning on reading that tonight. You're crazy.
Oh, no, I don't think I can keep my eyes open long enough.
Hi, how is everyone?
I'm fine. Jody is sleepy. Adam's upstairs watching TV.
Did you remember the script about Eden?
Yes, it's right here in my trusty briefcase.
Good. You get a chance to look it over again?
Yes, I did. I guess I'm more curious about Eden than I was before. It certainly paints an unhappy portrait of that country.
And, did you say anything about the president?
As a matter of fact, the man who wrote this script blames all the problems of Eden on Chad Sutherland's father. You must understand, Jody, that the man who wrote this script is supposed to be a strong political opponent of Eric Sutherland.
That's probably why they didn't put it on the air in the first place.
Well, who is this guy? What's his name?
Well, he doesn't use his real name. He says it's in fear of reprisals against his family.
But he's making accusations against other people naming their names.
And I have a feeling you don't want to believe those accusations, do you?
No, it's just Chad is so convinced that his father is honest.
Well, there is such a thing as loyalty, Jody, particularly with one's own family.
I know, that thought crossed my mind. Can you read some of that to me?
Oh,
I'm
no,
tired.
I was afraid this was going to happen.
Oh, just a little bit?
All right, listen, let me read it. I'll read it. Oh, all right. Let's see. It starts out, opening scene's a silhouette of a man against a map of Eden.
Mm-hmm.
We hear VO. What is VO?
Voiceover.
Oh, voiceover. 6 months ago, I fled from the country I loved. I was a friend and colleague of its beloved hero and president, Eric Sutherland. But I fled because my country has changed, along with its hero president.
There, you see, he wastes no time making the accusation.
I will put it simply. The country of Eden is a country run by criminals. Few people believe this because so few of these criminals are actually visible on our small, visible island. But there are chains which link those few to a vast and powerful underworld organization in the United States. They've discovered the manifold benefits of using an entire sovereign nation as their foreign headquarters, a haven for their fugitives, a laundry for their dirty money, and a way station for the drug traffic which supplies them with their income. And the man who has allowed this chain to be formed, who employs the military strength of Eden not for the defense of our people but against them, the man who has abandoned civil liberties, who has permitted his people to be arrested without warrant, sentenced without trial, executed without appeal, is, ironically, the greatest hero of the Republic, its leader for the past 6 years.
Well, that is quite an accusation. Do you think it's true?
I don't have any idea. Right now, it's just words on paper,
Jody, he simply presents no evidence that we can confirm.
Well, that business about arrest without a warrant. I told you about the letter that Pietro showed me.
The one about his father and his brothers.
Yeah, right. By the way, whatever happened to that letter?
Police have the letter. Unfortunately, they don't have Pietro.
Jody, you look so tired. Why don't you go up and go to bed?
I've been telling you that all night.
Well, I think I will. I am tired. I didn't sleep very well last night.
Oh, I see. That proves it. She'll do what a sister tells her, but not what a doctor does.
Well, I'll come down and pick him up when you get through with him. I still got all this paperwork to finish. Look, I, gotta go. Yeah. Well, something tells me that, you know all about it.
You're damned right I know about it, Calvin. How dare you do such a thing?
How dare I do my job? That's a strange question coming from a lawyer. Or am I, talking to a sister now?
You are talking to an attorney, Detective Stoner. An attorney who feels that you are very much out of line.
Oh, I see. And you want to tell me how we came to this opinion, counselor?
Cute, Calvin. You and I have a quarrel at Sid's
Wait a
place,
minute,
and
now,
my brother walks in.
Hold the phone 1 minute, please. I did not have a quarrel with anyone at Sid's. Now, I merely came to Sid's to tell you that your brother was working for a wolf by the name of Eddie Lorimer, a fact which didn't seem to bother you in the least.
Of course it bothered me. I know who Eddie Lorimer is. I also know that my brother is not working for him, but he's working for a company that he owns.
Oh, really? Then tell me, why did he walk into that place 2 steps behind Eddie Lorimer carrying a pistol in a shoulder holster, an unlicensed pistol, I might add?
You had no right to search him for a weapon.
There
You had
wasn't
no
much
other cause.
choice, Didi. The man practically waved it in my face.
I don't believe you. You know what I think? I think that you deliberately harassed Troy because he's my brother.
Didi, don't you see the man has been out of jail a week and already he's found carrying a concealed weapon?
Is that any right to humiliate him in public? Why did you do it, Calvin? Do you hate me that much?
Hate you? Oh, that's really a good one, Didi. You know, if you knew so much, you know that I love you, Didi.
Calvin, you love your wife. That's why she's coming home soon, isn't that right?
As a matter of fact, Star is at home right now.
Hey, Star. Hi. What a surprise.
Hi, Gavin. How are you?
I'm fine. I didn't expect you here tonight.
Neither did Calvin. I thought it'd be nice to kind of surprise him. But I guess I surprised you. I forgot completely that you were living here now.
It's no sweat. Don't worry about it. I told Calvin the day you come home, I'm out.
Well, here I am. I guess you know that the show is closing.
Yeah, Calvin told me, but I didn't think it would happen for another month or so.
Well, I decided to give my understudy the break that she's been begging for. Besides, I have my baby to think about now, as you well know.
Oh, sure. I think it's really great, too. Well, I think it's about time that Calvin becomes a family man. Hey, listen, don't worry about me. I can be out of here in half an hour.
No, Gavin, I don't want to put you out. Look, I can go stay in a hotel or something.
Forget that. I've got a standing invitation, in a penthouse, no less. And I think Calvin will be relieved that I'm leaving. He says I snore. Star, what's the matter, huh? Hey.
Out here, Spencer.
Good evening, Scott.
Back from the wars, I see.
Yes, mostly minor skirmishes with bankers and the like.
Better you than me, Spencer.
Well, there's plenty to report. But somehow I get the feeling you're not in the mood to discuss business.
You're right. Sit down, have a drink.
All right. You're obviously out here to think.
It's a good night for it. Plenty of stars up there, all winking at you, trying to tell you how insignificant you really are.
Scholar, you are hardly insignificant any longer. There's one thing you should know about my day. I confirmed something about the Whitney fortune.
What was that?
It's very big.
Congratulations. I told you that back in Switzerland.
No, I don't think you understand. I mean, it's much bigger than we ever thought or estimated or you even dreamed, perhaps. You see, we didn't have all the figures before. All we had were the financial reports of the company's assets, the cash on hand, things of that nature.
All you had to do was add it up.
But there were other assets. Your father didn't only invest his money in buying companies, Schuyler. He also didn't trust the stock market. He hoarded cash, a lot of it.
You've been finding bank accounts, is that it?
Schuyler, do you know what happened to the interest rates during those years you were in Europe?
What is this, Spencer? You sound as if you've had some kind of religious experience.
I'm trying to get you to understand that we have vastly underestimated your fortune. Now, we're going to have to hire an army of accountants to get the final picture, but my figures indicate that it is 5 to 6 times what you thought it was.
Well, what difference does it make, Spencer? I can still only live in one room at a time, eat so much caviar, drink only so much champagne. Does it really matter if one is a multi-millionaire or a billionaire?
It could.
How?
If you decided to use your money instead of spend it.
Use it how?
Schuyler, you know that money buys more than caviar and champagne. It can buy power.
Are you suggesting that I run for office? That I perhaps buy myself a job such as Commissioner of Parks or District Assemblyman? Maybe you think I should run for Congress. Because if you do, you don't know me very well, Spencer.
I wasn't thinking about politics necessarily.
Good, I'd be bored to tears.
I know you would, and that's why you should be giving some thought to what I'm saying, Scott.
Oh, will you forget it, Spencer? This is no night to talk about money and power. Feel how silky the air is. Look at those stars. What do those stars remind you of?
The diamond market?
They remind me of a woman.
Did Miss Bryson enjoy her gift?
What?
The necklace you gave her. Did she enjoy it?
Oh, yes, of course. Why shouldn't she?
Well, you were thinking of Valerie Bryson just then, weren't you?
Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not really sure.
Natty was, quite a thrill. I just don't know when I'm gonna get a chance like that again.
I think you should try your luck in New York. That's where the action is.
And the competition.
Mm-hmm. You would have enjoyed meeting Greg Baxter, the man who directed my show.
Oh, yeah?
He did a wonderful job. Greg took the...
Well.
Hi.
Hello. Oh, yeah, look, Gavin, I'm sorry this is all happening so suddenly.
Hey, don't worry about it. Listen, I'm going over to Jody's place. I'll come by and pick up the rest of my stuff later, all right?
Sure.
Goodbye, Gavin.
Take care, Dawn.
Thank you for everything.
Well, I guess this is only fair. I surprised you in New York. You surprised me here.
Guess you know what happened. I decided to give my understudy the opportunity she needed so desperately.
Yes, I remember the very eager Miss Pike. She had to come all the way out here just to tell me. How you doing, Star? How's the baby?
Well, actually, my first reason for quitting the show was her, but baby, yeah, we're doing fine according to the doctor. But he thought it would be more sensible if I lightened up my schedule.
Good. That does sound sensible. And I guess we have to be sensible now, too, don't we?
That's what we agreed to be, isn't it?
Yep. We agreed to give our marriage every effort.
Because of the baby.
Yeah. Because of our baby. What's the matter? Star, what is it? What's wrong?
You can't go through with it.
What do you mean? Look, if you're worried about Didi, I'm...
No, Gavin. It's not our baby.
You deny, completely deny, that the government is corrupt in any way.
There may be people around my father who aren't completely trustworthy, but my father would never allow... Wait a minute now. Mrs. Carr, you're a crime reporter, and here we are talking politics.
Are we? Okay, well then, why don't we get back to Monticello and talk about that question I asked you about the man who calls himself Pietro.
As I told you, the man was demented with fever and worry about his family.
Because his father and brothers were arrested.
And he couldn't take out his anger on the officials in Eden. The consulate is closed for the summer.
Oh, so he decided to take it out on you.
I think that about says it.
You know, I still don't understand why this Pietro and his friend Viva kidnapped Jody Travis.
I'm afraid I can't answer that either.
Can't you even make a guess?
Well, I'd heard that they'd mistaken her for someone else. Some official's daughter or something like that, but I don't really know.
I will put it simply. The country of Eden is a country run by criminals. Few people believe this because
could happen. To liberate Eden's people, it could happen.
What are you doing here?
I came here to tell you that you've won, Marie.
Marie? My name's Marie.
The people know that you've returned. They're out in the streets demanding the overthrow of the government.
It's your father.
You've done what you came to do, Marie. The prophecy is fulfilled.
Jody!
Oh, Gavin!
Wow, it's all over now. You've won. The people are free again. No more gangster government. No more false arrests and murders. You've done it. You've done it.
I wonder what that's all about.
Well, there's nothing unusual about Gavin's coming over. I'm sure he's just anxious about Jody.
Yes, but Oscar said he's carrying a suitcase.
Oscar was right. Hello, Gavin.
Hi, Gavin.
How's Jody?
She's sleeping at the moment, sheer necessity.
In case you haven't noticed, I came to take you up on your offer of bed and board for at least one night.
Calvin throw you out of his place?
Well, yeah, in a way. His wife came home.
Oh.
Really? Oh, you know, I think I read somewhere that she left the show in New York.
Well, anyway, I don't want you to feel obliged to put me up or anything.
Gavin, don't be so silly. We've got plenty of room, you know that. You're welcome to stay
Actually,
as long
probably
as you like.
darn good for Jody. She's been on edge. Maybe your presence will calm her down.
Oh, look, Sleeping Beauty didn't sleep for very long.
Jody, what is this? You've only been in bed for a half an hour.
Well, I couldn't sleep. I had this dream. It was so real. Gavin, I didn't know you were going to be here.
I didn't either. What was your dream about?
Well, it was about her. Marie Bonaventure, only it was me.
That's not unusual. She's been on your mind for weeks now.
But this is the first time I've dreamt about her, and About Eden and about what I'm supposed to do there.
You're not supposed to do anything.
Yes, I am. According to the prophecy, I am.
Oh, Jody, you're not obliged to fulfill any prophecy.
Aren't I? Really?
That must have been quite a dream.
I can't ignore what's happening over there, not if I'm the person who might be able to stop it.
I think you're still asleep. Come on.
No, I'm not. I'm awake. Maybe I'm awake for the first time. And I can't deny who I am the way my mother did. And I can't let those people suffer just because I don't want to give up my nice, comfortable life.
Come on, Jody. What is this?
I have to do what they want me to do. I'm her descendant, and I've got to help her country.